the Z Hut. Today I would like to show you how to levitate objects without using wires or magnets. Now to do this you are only going to need two things. Well, actually three. The item you want to levitate plus two other things. One is you're going to need an air compressor. You can see I got a nice size one back here, but a smaller air compressor will work. I have a big shop, so I have a big compressor, but one of the smaller ones will work. Those little tiny dinky 12 volt ones that you buy to keep in your trunk in case your tire's flat, not going to work. You might be able to make it work with one condition: if you have an air tank and fill the air tank with it. Now that would probably work. But number two, besides the air compressor, you need one of these, the little blowers that you hook on your air compressor line, and you can hit the button and it blows air. And that's how we're going to levitate the objects. Now, not everything is going to levitate doing this. I dug around the garage for about a half hour and I found 3 items so far that I can get to levitate. I'm sure there's more, and if you come up with one after watching this video, try this out. If you find a different item, leave a comment below. Let me know, and everybody else that watches this video, hey, this will also levitate. So that way, well, some evening you're sitting in your garage and enjoying a cold beverage of your choice, and you look over at your friends and say, hey, I bet I can make this levitate without touching it, without using strings, without using magnets. What do you want to bet me? And you know what? You're going to win the bet. So well, let's just get right into it now. I have right here my little air blower, but I actually have 2 of these, and I already got the one set up here. And what I did is around the trigger, I just rubber banded it, and I have a valve on the air compressor here so I can turn the air off and on. And then I have this little helping hand thing, I guess you call it, that I made out of an old desk lamp that was tiltable, and then I just put the clamp on it so I could clamp things onto it. And you can see the angle I have. Now you got to play with it a little bit. And now I have this clamped down. You can also do this handheld. You can do it handheld, just you're not as steady and the item won't float as long, but you can do it that way. But well, hey, enough of me talking. Why don't we just check this out, and then I'll tell you a little bit about how it works. So the first item I have here, I have a racquetball. I got these at a garage sale out of a free box. There's 3 of them in here. Here's one of them. Now a tennis ball might work for this. Unfortunately, I don't have a tennis ball. And the only reason I'm thinking a tennis ball might not work is because they have kind of a little bit of fabric around them. They're not too much bigger than a racquetball, just slightly bigger, but they got that fabric that normally it's a green fabric, but I've seen orange and other oddball colors. But we're going to try the racquetball first now. Check this out, it's cool. So I'm going to turn the air on. As you've seen me, I wasn't having an uncontrollable seizure episode there. I was just waving my hand to show you there's no wires. I mean, this ball was being levitated by the air. Now there's a couple other things you can levitate as well. Now this one I've actually seen a couple videos on YouTube about it, but it's one of the items you can levitate, so I'm going to do it. It's a screwdriver. Now not every screwdriver is going to work. I'm actually using a Craftsman, but I have tried some other ones. Some of them will hold really good. Some of them will hold for a moment or two, then spin out and fall. You're just going to have to play your own, but let's try the screwdriver. Yeah, it's pretty neat, wasn't it? Screwdriver levitating in midair. Now I got one other item I found here. This is actually a leg from one of those little tiny tripod camera mounts. Besides doing YouTube videos, I am a photographer, and I buy boxes of stuff here and there because I got a couple items in there that I want, and then you run across there's some other junk in there you don't need. And one of them was, I took the head off of this, and it was one of my previous videos, the how to make a camera slider. And from this little mini tripod, it was kind of considered a desktop tripod, but it does go up a little bit. I mean, it's nothing you're gonna really normally use, but this is the funny thing. I seen it and I'm like, well, it's kind of screwdriver shaped, so here's what happened when I put it on there. As you can hear, the air compressor kicked in there, so I just turned it off because, well, you wouldn't be able to hear me talk with the air compressor on. But that was just 3 items I found so far. I tried a couple others. I tried an old light bulb, not the new curly Q fluorescent ones, but one of the old incandescents, I believe they're called. And I almost had it floating, and I let go. It was starting to stay, and then it, bam, just dropped. It hit the table and shattered, and it was the only one I had. If you played around with it, you might be able to get one of them to float. I tried a pencil and a marker. They didn't. I had a pen that I almost got to float, and a couple other things. And then you can use different kinds of screwdrivers. I mean, I got a couple more right here, and I'll show you real quick. It kind of depends on the weight of the object, is one thing. I tried a couple smaller balls along with the racket ball. I actually had an old junk computer mouse, and it was one of the really old ones that had the ball inside of it instead of the laser, and it was just too heavy. It just kept dropping. I tried a couple other things, and the air just made them go flying off, but the ball is the neatest one because when it's going, it moves back and forth a little, where the screwdriver, for a moment or two, it moves around a little, and it kind of stationaries. And then sometimes I found they'll start spinning, but after they start spinning, a lot of times, a few moments later, it'll take off out of the air. Now, how this works? Well, you've seen airplanes flying in the sky. Same principle. That's what keeps the airplane in the air. Not the bounce from the rubber ball, but the air in the curvature. If you want a better explanation of that, I'm not a physics expert. I understand it mostly, but if you want to know more about it, look up on YouTube. There's a ton of videos about it. So with that, I think we can kind of wrap this video up, and I'll do one more demonstration before we end it. But would like to say, if you are experimenting with this to see what you can get to float, and like I said, please leave a comment below what you did get to float. Wear eye protection or a face shield would be the best. Now, I've already tried these items, and I know they're not going to go flying, but when earlier I was trying other things like door hinge pins from your house doors. I tried a pill bottle, light bulb, other things. Some of the stuff went flying. It's probably not going to kill you, take your eye out, but wear some kind of protection. I don't think you got to worry about gloves, but hey, be careful. Okay, with that, we're going to put the ball on here one more time. So I'd like to thank you for joining us here at Z-Hunt today. If you found this interesting, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Consider subscribing. Now, I do a lot of electronics videos, but I do throw stuff like this in here and there. And I also throw in a little bit of like lawnmower and chainsaw and stuff like that repairs. So with that, have a great day, and we'll leave you off with about a minute of the ball just running on the air. Thanks for joining us here today. Have a great day. Hope to see you here again.